Hello world, it's your boy D11 Fin Everton with yet another video. In this video we're going to discuss the new training program that I'm on. I'm no longer on ICF 5x5, and the reason why is because I really want to focus on a new style of training, man. I've been running ICF 5x5 for 4 years, and doing the same thing over and over and over again gets kind of mundane, it gets played out. If you're a beginner and you're looking for a new training program, I will recommend that you jump on ICF 5x5. You will make the fastest gains of your life. But anyways, this new program that I'm on, linear periodization. And in order to understand linear periodization, you got to understand what linear progression is. If any of you guys know Jason Bly's ICF 5x5, linear progression is predicated upon going up in a linear fashion. So you're sticking with a few training parameters, and only one of them is changing. So this is simply how linear progression looks in this little graph here. As you can see, on the x-axis we have time, and on the y-axis we have workload. So over time you increase your workload, you increase the weight. So for example, if you're bench pressing 100 pounds for 5x5, the next time you bench press you go up to 105 pounds. The next time you bench press you go up to 110 pounds. So over time, every single session you're going up in a linear fashion, and what you're changing is the amount of weight. You're not changing the amount of sets, you're not changing the amount of reps. And this is awesome for beginners because their body is not used to any training stimulus. So what does the body do? The body finds a way fast to adapt, and as a result you make adaptations quickly. So you definitely want to enforce this type of training style as a beginner so that you can get big and strong really quickly. This is awesome for beginners. But the more training years that you attain, that you accumulate under your belt, the more difficult things become, and the more cerebral you have to become, the more strategic you have to become in your training if you want to continue to get bigger and stronger. Because your body's like, hey, I'm used to this stimulus, I'm used to this linear form of overload. There's no reason for me to adapt to it anymore. So I'm just gonna stay stagnant. And that's pretty much what happens, and that's why you can't employ linear progression for the rest of your training career. If that was the case, then we would all be deadlifting 1,000 pounds. We would all be squatting 1,000 pounds. Why? Because we would just be going up every session, going up 5 pounds every session, 5 pounds every session. In a year, you get strong as heck. With linear progression on a squat, say if you start squats at 100 pounds, you're squatting 3 times a week. That's 12 sessions. 12 times 5 is 60. Your squat goes up 60 pounds. End of the month, you're squatting 160. Of course, assuming that you're sleeping and your nutrition is adequate. That's the way linear progression works. It's awesome for beginners. But like I said, when you attain more training years under your belt, your body kind of gets used to that kind of stimulus. So you got to provide something new. And the new training program that I'm employing is linear periodization. So when as an early beginner, you have no workload, and your body is ready to make these adaptations quickly. So you go up over time, you're able to increase the workload by the form of intensity. Increase weight, and get strong as an ox. But it gets to a point in time where you stagnate and you can't continue to increase workload. That's because your body has gotten desensitized to the stimulus that you've been providing it in the form of increasing the workload by the way of intensity. Your body's adapted and doesn't want to make any more gains. That's when linear progression should be omitted, and you should employ a new type of training. And what I'm going to be doing is linear periodization. All right, so linear periodization is when you go up in a linear fashion, similar to linear progression, but for a period of time. That's the difference. So this here is the typical linear periodization outline. As you can see, we have blocks, and for a period of time, we're increasing volume. All right, so we're increasing workload over time. As you can see, week 1, 3x10, 4x10, 5x10. All right, and then after that, we do a new block. We increase intensity, but we drop down the volume, 3x8, 4x8, 5x8. And this is linear periodization for a period of time. You change the training parameter, then you provide your body with the new stimulus, more intensity. And then you try to increase the volume, accumulate fatigue, new stimulus. Increase the volume, accumulate fatigue, new stimulus. You do this for a period of time, and then you deload at the end. Now, I consider myself an late beginner, early intermediate lifter. And with that being said, I feel like this is kind of long to really attain adaptations, because with linear progression, you're getting new adaptations every single session. All right? With this, it takes 12 weeks to really see those adaptations. I feel like that's too long of a time for somebody who's a late beginner intermediate. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say, scratch that. Let's get rid of all these blocks here. And let's stick with one block. And it's gonna be sets of 10. So we're gonna accumulate much more volume every week to induce metabolic fatigue. And then week number 4, we're gonna deload since we're training so aggressively. Remember, this is aggressive training for an intermediate lifter. You're accumulating more and more and more volume, which is gonna tire you out, okay? You're gonna get fatigued. It's not gonna be easy, especially if you choose a weight that you can actually struggle with for 3x10, and then try to add another set the next week, and then add another set the next week. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a challenge, which is good. That means you're working out hard, and that's gonna allow you to incur adaptation. But the only way you'll see those adaptations is after you deload. A lot of people are going to say, why do you have to deload? Because that's when you actually attain those adaptations. If you're increasing fatigue, you're increasing fatigue each and every set, how do you think you're going to adapt? How do you think you're going to adapt? The only way you're going to adapt is if you reduce the fatigue. How do you reduce the fatigue? You deload and you take some time off. So this is an aggressive form of progressive overload. As you can see, I'm going up. Not in intensity, but I'm going up in volume. I'm going to accumulate metabolic fatigue. It's going to allow me to grow bigger muscles. And then I'm going to deload to really get those adaptations. And then I'm going to reset. So for example, if I'm doing 70-pound dumbbells for sets of 10, week 1. Challenge, okay? I pick a weight that's about my 12 rep max, and I do sets of 10 with that. First week, 3x10. Next week, that same exact weight, 4x10. Next week, that same exact weight, 5x10. A lot of people think this is easy. I want you to try it out, all right? And then, since it's such an aggressive form of progressive overload, I'm increasing volume, I go ahead and deload, all right? I let my connective tissue heal. I let my nervous system heal a bit. My joints may get beaten up from all this volume. And mind you, I'm doing this 2 to 3 times a week. I'm hitting the same muscle groups. I'm hitting this exercise 2 to 3 times a week because I'm trying to employ the frequency principle as well. It was going to be extremely pivotal and crucial that I get this deload in, man. Because recovery, we're recovering here. We're recovering every week. Because recovery, just being able to apply the same training stimulus that you did previously. So if I can deadlift 315 for 5 on Tuesday, and if I come into the gym and I do that again on Thursday, then I've recovered. But we want to adapt. And by adaptation, that would mean that instead of hitting 315 for 5, I'm able to hit it for 8. That means my body has adapted. It's such an aggressive training style for an intermediate. This is a very linear, periodizing, aggressive style. This is not your conventional linear periodization, all right? We have to deload monthly to really attain those adaptations, all right? Give your body enough rest, enough time to heal, and then even more time to adapt, okay? So, after I deload, I rinse, and I increase the intensity. Now I'm at 75-pound dumbbells. You can see that crap there. I'm sorry for the penmanship, but you see the angle here. Now I'm at 75. For what? Sets of 10. A lot of guys are saying, oh, you only increased your weight 5 pounds in a month. But hey, guess what? If I do that for 5 months, what's 5 times 5? 25. What's 70 plus 25? 95. In 5 months, I'll be at 95-pound incline dumbbell press. And that's pretty badass for an intermediate. What you think? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Especially if I'm starting off at 70 pounds, I'm going up 25 pounds in 5 months. That's pretty aggressive. So, theoretically speaking, that's going to be the goal, to go up every single deload, after every deload. Now, to be practical about it, I may not incur as much adaptations as I want every single time for many different reasons. But the goal is to push and push and push so that you can incur enough stress and enough overload on the body to really facilitate adaptations so that we can continue to get bigger and stronger. Now, it is going to be slow, but it's definitely going to be progression. And we already know the number one rule of attaining more muscle mass is progressive overload. So let me know what you guys think. I'm on this linear periodization. Now, I'm not saying that this is the tried and true way to train or anything like that. I'm employing it, and I'm gonna be sharing it with you guys and let you know if it worked or not for me. But this is just the basic schematic and strategy behind it. All right, linear periodization. This is what I'm on, guys. I'm also gonna be doing this for squats, pretty much all of my exercises except for the isolations. The progression is gonna be a little bit different for that, but for the most part, just like this, man. Think about it: 70-pound dumbbells for 1 month, 75-pound the next month, 80 the next month. You get what I'm saying? It sounds good, right? We'll see if it works. Boom! It's your boy Jay Living Fit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a new training program. Continue to work on getting strong, getting bigger, living peaceful, living healthy, living virtuous. I'm out of here.